Yeah. Yo, yo. There we go. Okay. Now that we got that handled, are we ready? I would think so. You know what I mean? There we go. I think we are. I think we are. You know what I'm saying? Let's get it done. Let's get it going. And I would like to say welcome to 1438 North Ninth Hillside, the podcast. And I am your voice of choice conversation. My real name is Michael Coates, so it's a pleasure to have you tonight. A few technical difficulties, had to start a little bit late. But I would like to say thank you for sticking around. Thank you for waiting for me. You know what I mean? And it's all a pleasure. If you're on Facebook, send your man some stars. You know what I'm saying? Subscribe. Be somebody good. You know what I mean? If you're on YouTube, definitely subscribe. You know what I mean? Show the man with the master plan. You know what I mean? That you're down with me. And if you on IG, you know what I'm saying? OGBIGH2, I would like to say welcome. And today is episode 3.5. It's going to be the closure and the continuation of Fatherless Homes. You know what I'm saying? Me being 51, I'm a 73 baby. You know what I'm saying? Gen X, cross generational specialist. You know what I'm saying? That's what I am. You know what I mean? I'm speaking on my platform, you know what I mean, as a street talker, motivational speaker, you know what I mean, through everything that I've been through and gonna go through. And with all that being said, let's get into the closure, of what I was speaking about in episode 1 and 2. And if you went around for episode 1 and 2, I'm talking about fatherless homes and the segregation and what it takes, to be a black man in America. Black lives matter to me every day. I'm a black man telling a black man's story, you know what I'm saying? And welcome. You know what I mean? It is a pleasure. Definitely. Born in 73, that's the year it was put down. Like I said, just left the gym, had a few technical difficulties with the equipment, but everything is a learning curve and life is about it. So you're going to see me go through it, and in a public forum. So with that being said, let's dive right into it, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm a half hour late. Episode 1 and 2. What does it take? You know what I mean? How does isolation affect the young mind? You know what I mean? What are the reasons why they're there? Are they there because somebody threw them away? Are they there, in group homes and situations like that? Like I said, the episode is about fatherless homes and the segregation, and the teachings of the black man. Why did everybody else feel like they have to attack our culture like a bunch of silverfish? And that's just saying, from the Tuskegee experiment, from Tulsa, from all type of experiments, Henrietta Lacks and things like that. And if you don't know it, go look it up, Henrietta Lacks, and look up Claudine. It's a movie from 1974. The system was designed with the Jim Crow laws, like I said, to keep us from talking, to keep us from voting, to keep us from thinking. And yet we are an intelligent culture, a dominant species. Everything comes from us. You know what I mean? And I definitely want to say shout out to black culture. God damn it. You know what I mean? And like I said, I'm a street talking motivational speaker. I'm cleaning out my closet, and I'm putting myself on the chopping block because somebody got to get slaughtered in order for people to learn. Somebody has to learn from somebody's mistakes. Somebody has to learn from the secrets that we all keep. And Lord knows I got some secrets. What I said, Lord knows I got some secrets. You know what I mean? And that's just stating that, when you're growing in life and you go through some things, you hold on to things that you don't want people to know. It's called the me nobody knows, and I want to say shout out to Camp Wickham Mason up in Hartland, Wisconsin, where I first seen that play when I was 15 years old as a young buck growing up in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, born in Chicago, Illinois on the west side. You know what I'm saying? The west side is the best side, you know what I mean? And that's all it is. That's all I got to say, and coming up on the southeast side, 1727 is 84th Street. That's the southeast end, baby. That's by the water, and that's where my grandmother's at. Rest in peace, you know what I'm saying? Kick rocks, Irma Hilbert, you know what I mean? And it is what it is. My granddaddy, William Hilbert, much love, much peace, and as we get back into the subject, fatherless homes and the segregation of black men? And why does it take the system to feel as though it needs to be the father to black men? Why does, it's important to know that there are families out there that will take somebody in that's having a rough time. I'm not going to deny that. I'm not going to deny that there are beautiful souls, because I have had beautiful souls in my life, and I'm not going to, throw it on there and throw the blanket on there and be like, no, except for there are a lot of people out there that, distinctly and want to just help black men, and black women, just to say they could or they did, and then go behind our back, and call us all type of niggas and monkeys and things like that. So, the fatherless home, where did the fatherless home come from? The fatherless home came from the system. The fatherless home came from the denial, of having community. The fatherless home came from the colonialists. They separated us from our culture. They separated us from our original state. They separated us by color, by creed, by darkness, by thickness, by height. You know what I'm saying? The size of our manhood, the size of our character, and the size of our ego. Who was smart and who was not. And they say Christopher Columbus discovered America. Here, goddamn lie. He was down in his quarters, sleep. Estevanico. Estevanico. If you don't know who Estevanico was the only black man on the ship, and they called him a slave. Estevanico seen the land and went and woke up Christopher Columbus, and Christopher Columbus took it all. He took that recognition. Estevanico, look him up. Look him up. He the one discovered America. You know what I'm saying? And we're gonna give him a big, you know. Estevanico was on that ship. Just like when you look at Norman Lear, growing up in the 80s, we used to watch a lot of TV shows. You know what I'm saying? You had Good Times, you had the Jeffersons, you had Archie Bunker, you had a ton of them. You had let's go back before the Cosby show. Everything that they showed us that we were poor. They showed us that we were in poor, horrid living conditions. They showed that, black father wouldn't stay around. And then growing up in the 70s and 80s, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be honest. Growing up in the 70s and 80s, seeing young black women get pregnant at 16 and 17, it wasn't no problem to me, but they labeled it as an epidemic. You know what I mean? And what was the endangered species in the 70s and 80s? Young black men. You know what I mean? That was the endangered species, you know what I'm saying, on the list. Young black men. Why? Because they wanted to they're trying to eradicate our culture, but you can't. The cultures are inextricably tied due to the simple fact that you tried to own us, you tried to dethrone us, you tried to mislabel us, you tried to misshape us and rob us of who we are. And you can't. You can't. You can't own a people. You cannot own a race. I don't care what you say. I used to say slavery and slaves and all that. Ain't no goddamn slave. None of my ancestors was no goddamn slave. We were enslaved by the colonialists, to do their job and to work their land and to build their new free country, which didn't include us, except for you can't take the contractors. Built pyramids, period. We faster. No contracts, big contractors. You know what I'm saying? At the sign of the moon. I'm a traveling man. And if anybody know what that symbol is, I'm a traveling man. You know? Big contracts, pyramid, we faster. No caterpillars, it was just a bunch of figures. You know what I'm saying? Using the mind state, using the celestial stars, using signs and symbols to build what we need. You know what I mean? The Templar Knights. Let me speak my truth. You understand me? And what does it take to be great? What does it take to be great? What does it take? It takes suffrage. And one thing about suffrage, it has its grounding in the misleading fashion, except for as one starts to grow and one starts to figure out that that's a bad system, then everybody feels the pain. And the adjudication of the people, that's bending over in the hot sun, the fatherless home came from the separation of the family once we hit this land. The separation, the fatherless home, came from once they pulled us out of the chains in horrid conditions with feces and everything on, because slavery wasn't pretty. It wasn't pretty. Don't get that in your head. It wasn't pretty. Wasn't nobody running around saying, "Hey, Ma, hey, Paul, let's get this done." No. People had urine, had feces on them. They had cuts. They had welts. They had whips. They were getting sexually assaulted, men and women. You know, if a colonial enslaver didn't like how big that manhood was, he cut his manhood off and threw him over the ship. And then there were millions of us that jumped off the ship and said, "I'd rather be dead than to build your country." I know what's coming. Years of hard work, turmoil. You know, we are not a chattel. Chattel. We are not a chattel. We are people of high intelligence, high culture, and bona fide status. You understand? Let me tell you about that. And this is to all those who don't think so. Ooh, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Born in the shot, come from the city of Kilwa. You know what I'm saying? That's Milwaukee, baby. You know what I mean? Stand up land to be noticed. And I like to say, what's up? You know what I'm saying? To my niece Angel, it's a pleasure to see you out there. I want to see you do good and I want to see you do well. And I need to hear the first verse out of that Bible for you doing a study. All right? Yeah. Put it like that. Oh, so I'm on your heel, definitely. And one thing about the blessings from the higher above, it bestows upon me to speak in a transparent and a fluid form. Where did the fatherless home come from? The fatherless home came from, like I said, when we hit this land, they took the biggest man out of the lot, the strongest Mandigo, and they tied a horse to each one of his ankles, and those horses ran in a separate direction. And you probably, and I could not, I cannot. I can only hear through the voices of my ancestors and through the pain for which I speak in the blood that flows through my body. I'm 66% Nigerian, and my DNA 23 stops on the coast of Virginia that coincides with my last name, Coates. You understand? If you look up Michael Coates, you're going to find a plethora of white boys. A plethora. I thought I was unique. I ain't unique. You know what I mean? I'm unique due to the simple fact of my melanin. I'm unique due to the simple fact of my size. I'm unique due to the simple fact that I got the gift of gab and I'm going to speak it. You know what I'm saying? Get somebody up out of rehab. You know what I'm saying? If she got a switch with an itch, you want to twitch? Most definitely. We're going down. We're going to get rich. Except for I want to be rich in character, rich in spirit, wealthy in finances as I move through this life. You understand me? Wealthy in finances as I move through this life. And I want to give the world a big kiss, especially my niece, and definitely. And like I said, it is what it is. The fatherless home. Most women feel like they can't deal with black men, and that's unfortunate because when you look at the load that we carrying, when we walk out the door, we fighting the police. When we walk in the house, we fighting you. When we trying to think, you on our back. When we're trying to make a plan to get up out of whatever situation we in, then there's no hope. There's no support. There's only a teardown. You understand what I'm saying? There's only a teardown. And every which way we look, there's somebody coming at us. If it's not Latin culture, if it's not Asian culture, if it's not Polish culture, if it's not Russian culture, if it whatever culture, you can't do it. We too resilient. You understand me? We too resilient. Just like I said, give me a cheer. And at times, and this is to all the young black women out there and the middle-aged black women and all you old hoes. You understand me? It's the true in nature. Nice, nice, nice. And you're definitely right when you say that. Because the reason why I put this effect on, because I'm going to speak in the form of three. A lot of ladies, I will say this. When you find a man that you feel like he's not listening, that he's not getting along with you, then you sit down and you ask that man, and you trying to find a pathway where you can get up into his mind and find a frequency and vibrate on a level that that man will communicate with you, that that man will uplift you, that that man will take your words in the highest form and receive it. In the words of the great Jode, you know, and that's just being honest. You know, we're not a inferior species of man. You understand me? Number one, our seeds are deep and vibrant. Our hearts are pure and sustained. Our courage, you got the courage of a silverback. You know what I mean? Our our intelligence, when you get on the ship, Rose, we gonna lead you. You know what I mean? We're gonna lead you. And most definitely. And one thing that I will say throughout all of this, throughout the Underground Railroad, throughout the passage of these laws, throughout the inclination of saying that you can't have this, you can't have that. I can and I will. And I'm saying, why can I have it? So if anybody out there and you not understanding why you can't get out your situation, start saying why. Why am I broke? Why am I not putting everything together? Why am I not having what I want to have? And I'm not gonna sit here and speak like I got it all together, god damn it. Cause hell, even though I'm speaking and teaching and reaching and I got things in place, I'm still looking for another opportunity where I'm not money hungry. I stopped chasing bags. Bags chase me. You understand? And I'm gonna call it into the air. Money chase me. I need 100,000 followers in less than a year. You know, the bag comes when you patient and you resilient and you know you deserve it and you done had it once. I done had money once. I done been to the penitentiary 3 times. You know what I'm saying? I'm not proud of that. Except for I'm just not cool with what's going on. I'm not. I'm not cool when I was growing up and my mother tried to show force that I am the mother and the father. No, you're not. You're not the mother and the father. And it's unfortunate that a lot of women say, I'm the mama and the daddy. You didn't have sex with yourself. You're not a hermaphrodite. And plus, it's not given like that. The woman has to sit back and start respecting the man again. You could be an alphabet girl. What's an alphabet girl? An alphabet girl, she got a master's degree. She got a double master's. She got a LED, a MBA, a NDO, a LEP. Yeah, bitch, you educated, but at the same time, there's a rhythm in life because when women step in front of men and try to become bold, that's cool. You could become lesbians, you could become dykes, you could become LGBTQ plus, and I respect that. That's you. Do that. Me, I'm hetero. I like the pink cookie, but I'm down. I'm down to walk on the wild side. I'm down. You know, uh, now stay away from that low level word, Michael. You know, and speaking in. Where did the fatherless home come from? It came from when we hit these goddamn shores and they ripped the babies out of the mother's arms and they pulled the men from their sons. And, they made us do atrocious things to keep reproducing so they can have us no matter what. That's where the fatherless home came from. It came from the shores of slavery, god damn it. You know what I'm saying? Just like that. And boom, we're gonna speak in third person. We're gonna speak we're gonna speak from the voices of those that the silent ones that can't be heard, from the ones that's the blood is in the ground of those luscious grasses in the south. When you hit the south and you get below the Mason-Dixon line and everything becomes pretty, everything becomes lush and green. Look at the trees. The trees are the weeping willows. The trees are the unwilling witnesses that witness what happened to a culture. The trees are the witnesses when they buried us in the ground after killing us in cars and killing us for civil rights and killing us to get together to become a strong nation and a good people. The blood runs through the trees. If you look at the trees of the trees of the South will tell the story. The weeping willows, the oaks, the firs, the pines, the redwoods, the deep redwoods. Those beautiful, lush grasses in the South come from blood. The silence, the silence is deafening. When you go down South, it's so pretty, it's so silent, but that silence came with a price. That silence comes with a shh. That silence comes with a boy. We're not like that down here. That's why I can't survive down south. You call me a boy, I'm gonna put my foot up in your ass stack. I don't care if you're 80 years old, 90 years old. Your pappy should have taught you, boy. Your pappy should have taught you, boy. That's how I talk to my ox. You know what I'm saying? When your pappy should have taught you, boy. When you see me, you respect me. I'm a black Nubian king. God damn it, just like that. I'll kiss your mama in the mouth and take your girlfriend out. You understand me? Just like that. And hell yeah, do I get heated? Hell yeah. With my size, every day I walk out the house, you know what I mean? With my size, every day I walk out the house, I'm feeling it. With my intelligence and my convex understanding, I'm feeling it. You know, and like I said, to the alphabet girls, when you're dealing with a man, that man is worth something. When a lot of women these days, they're like, oh, he ain't shit. Bitch, we is. Shut your motherfucking mouth and check yourself. You know what I'm saying? And that's just how it is right there. And I'm going to put that in context because a lot of women out of pocket nowadays. You know what I'm saying? Stay in your place. And what I mean by stay in your place, whatever your place is, just don't, it's 50-50. Stay, don't impede, don't impede on me. Because as you try to get bigger, you're not bigger in size. You're not bigger, you know what I mean? Your mouth can talk 1,000 times. Your spirit think it can get big. No matter what we do in this life, there are rules. A woman is a woman, a man is a man, and you can change it. You could be Charles today, you could be Cecil tomorrow, you could be Cindy today, and hell, Steve tomorrow. I care less. Except for a real woman know that no matter what she do, no matter how high she climb, no matter what she do, in order to get pleased or satisfied, she either gonna have to be in a lower position. And what I mean by lower position, one that when you lay on top of a woman, it's a beautiful gift. When you connect with a woman, it is a wonderful scene. And at times a person can use it for malicious things as well. Except for they were taught to be like that by the colonialists, because when you create confusion within a community and within a relationship, there are no relationships. There's only confrontation. There's only situations where people feel angst and disgust for what they thought they liked. That's where the fatherless homes come from. You know what I'm saying? Do your homework. You know what I mean? I grew up in Central Youth Library in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I used to be terrified running from everybody, so I used to read these books all the time. And little did I know, I was setting myself up for later on in life that all the seeds and books that I read would just grow within me. I stopped wearing gold. I stopped wearing this. All I wear is jade. You see that? you know, White jade, purple jade, quartz, and things to protect my spirit because now I understand I am the chosen one. You know what I'm saying? I am active in my black activism, and as this platform grow, we're gonna go, baby. We're gonna go, you know. And what is this? This is a street talking motivational speaker speaking to you. I'm speaking truth into your soul. If you could listen to a person talk that squawk and not walk that walk and not put nothing on it, and you always buying everything, then you could listen to this lesson. Check yourself. You know what I'm saying? Look up who Estevanico is. He was the enslaved person of color on the ship that found America. And the white boy claimed it. You know why does why do people They trying to teach this new critical race theory on why things didn't happen. It did. Fatherless, the fatherless home. Even when I was watching the Four Kings and I didn't understand politics back then, and I started watching the thing about Ronald Reagan and even treason is Trump. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna say treason is Trump, y'all. Treason is Trump. You know what I'm saying? Let the shotgun shell ring. Treason is Trump. There was a time when you became the president, you had to be respectable. This shit ass dude is gone. And I apologize, YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. You know what I mean? For don't want to violate no community standards, but it is what it is, and what it ain't, it should never be. You know? And growing up in a fatherless home, you know, growing up in a fatherless home, at times it wasn't by choice. It was by situation or circumstance. And then there are some situations where the father was home and he was absent. You know what I'm saying? And not by choice because he had to take care of the house, but he lost the family. You know what I'm saying? He took care of the house, but he lost the family. And like I said, with a continuation from last night, I was speaking with a close friend, and she said, "Michael, well, the other day, damn, what? Smoking that premium, damn, you gotta love it." And she said, he was there, but he worked so hard, he didn't want to talk to us, he didn't want to speak to us, and it made us not like him. And later on in life, as she was going some experiences, she got in touch and communicated back home, and lo and behold, she got in touch with her father. You know, and she stated to me, she said that she really didn't want to talk to him, except for he helped her at a critical time in her life and she needed him. And I respect that because, he gave up his life to put his kids through college and do some things, and they're doing well. And yet instead, he sacrificed the house for the family. And what I mean by that is he worked his ass off. He put his chips up. He did without. He didn't party. He made sure everything and everybody was good except him. And you build up a small little, how would I say? You build up a small wall against that because you know situation in hand. I had came home from being incarcerated. You know what I'm saying? And I got home. I was staying in Chicago. Came home, came to Chicago. Out of Jacksonville Correctional Center, JCC in Illinois, down there in Springfield, and got home. Home for about a year, working real good. Went to Milwaukee, bought everybody something in there. My sister, both my nieces, my nephew when he liked me, my stepbrother when I liked him with his bum ass. My mother, stepfather, and my past, person that I was with. You know what I'm saying? So I bought everybody a gift. And then I looked up, I said, who got me a gift? Everybody was like, who got Uncle Michael a gift? And they was like, oh, you straight. And it hurt my feelings. What did I do? I looked at them, I said, okay, cool. Well, we're gonna go to the liquor store. What everybody want? And so my sister looked at me, she said, boy, shut up. She said, you know you straight, we good. And I looked at her, and that wasn't the time to say that. What did I do? I told my girlfriend at the time, I said, grab your coat. We're going to the liquor store. We got in the car and I started driving and I started crying. She said, what's wrong? I said, nobody got me nothing. Nobody even got me a Christmas card, you know? And my older niece, she said, oh, straight. No, I'm not. You know, Y'all couldn't even give me a card just to say, bam. And I was like, wow. And I went home, I cried like a baby, and I didn't go back for like a year, you know? And yet instead, they'll never know, but they know it now, you know, just like that. And then there were crows, you know? So it's not a downtrodden, what I'm saying, existence or experience. It's just, the person, the strongest person, all you want to do is acknowledge a hug. Not, oh, you straight. Oh, you always straight. You always got this. You always got that. Them the people you separate you from. You know, you know, and a lot of situations, you know, the only situations I can say is the ones that I've been in. The only people I've been put out by is black women. You know what I'm saying? The only people that, what I'm saying, I thought I would only be with was black women. But that changed because I realized I'm an EODL, and that's an equal opportunity dick layer. And if you did not hear that, I am gonna tell you, I am an equal opportunity dick layer. You know what I mean? There's not one woman, one culture that owns me. I own myself. You know, and that's what it is. So what I'm saying, black women, stop being so hard on these men. Lay back because I cannot do a woman with weave. I cannot do a woman with nails. I cannot do a woman with the damn waist buster, the shapeshifter. You're fat, bitch. Lose the fucking weight. You know what I'm saying? Get out there. Start running. Start doing some sit-ups. Get healthy. Cause don't no man want a woman that just lay on her back and just throw her leg up like a sandbag. You know? It is what it is. Where was the start of all this fatherless homes? Like I said, the colonialists, and they took the woman and put the black woman in front of the man and said, make sure he don't get in front. Check yourself, ladies. Step back for a minute. Respect the man that you with. If you got with a man or if you got with a woman, because the relationships are the same. They're called relationships. You know. And the reason why I spent that long on the woman is because all of this independent, all of this movement, all of this, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I make more than him, and da 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 da. No matter what you do, the scales will balance out. They will balance out. You know, when I got out and the person I was with, they was making buku money. She never threw it in my face. She allowed me to move up. She helped me. She embraced me. She supported me. You know what I mean? And not financially. She supported me emotionally, mentally, you know what I'm saying? And sexually. And I'm gonna tell you, that's what support is. A man is. And a lot of us black men, we done been through group homes. We done been to their jails. We done been, picked up. What they used to do in Milwaukee, this is how you break down the culture. What they used to do in Milwaukee, you used to go up to the car and try to get the baseball cards from the police. They was handing out baseball cards. They would grab our arm, pull us into the car, take us to the Milwaukee County Safety Building, and hold us for 3 days, giving us bologna sandwiches, popcorn, and fucking Coca Cola. You know, that's what they used to do. And then after 3 days, your mother reported you missing. You walking home. The police pick you up and say you're a runaway. I'm not a runaway. Y'all kidnapped me. Y'all had me in a cell for 3 days, putting me in lineup after lineup after lineup after lineup. This is how you break down the culture. You pull up on them and you jump out of your police car and you whip out your gun and you plant drugs on people. That's how you break down the culture. You kill the people with impunity and live behind the laws that were made to protect the culture. That's how you break down the culture. You constantly attack the swarm. You constantly look and say, no matter how high you get, I'm gonna put a case on you. That's the swarm. This wall is breaking down. And I definitely gonna say that. This wall of white privilege, this wall of white and black inferiority, all this shit is breaking down. You know, it's coming to a head, and that's just what I'm gonna say. I'm a black man telling a black man's story. What is my name? Michael motherfucking Coates. You know what I'm saying? What they call me, conversation. And this subject rings true to my heart because graduating high school with a 3.864 and going straight to prison, that messed my head up. That threw me for a loop. It threw me off my square. And from that point on, I kept getting set back, taken out of society, taken out of my rhythm. That's what a setback is. Putting in places and just sitting. When you take a culture and you sit them down and make them stagnant, they will not move forward. You understand? And it's inherent in my culture. Coming up, they said, Mike, you could do that time standing on your head. No, 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 I can't. Why do we always have to be cool with doing time? Because as you're doing time, you're becoming behind in life. I'm gonna say it again. As you're doing time, you're becoming behind. You're becoming behind in life. And if this is your first time joining me, I would like to welcome you to 1438 Hillside, the podcast. And I am Conversation. You know what I'm saying? But my friends call me Michael Coates. And if you're on Facebook, send me some stars. Boom, subscribe. If you're on Instagram, send me some stars. Subscribe. And if you're on YouTube, subscribe. God damn it. You know what I mean? And I need not even 170 subscribers on Facebook. And all the damn people I know, y'all better get y'all ass in gear and get me up to 1,000. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. As much love and support I'm be giving, you know? Let's go. Like I said, how do we overcome that? I've learned to keep myself out the system. And what did I do? I took everything that they said, okay, Mike, you big. Okay, so I do personal security. You know what I'm saying? I turned it into a business. Mike, you big. So I got on my discipline, my diet, and I'm back on it now. Within the next 60 days, I'll be 220 pounds coming from 278. From 278, I'm 249 right now. And by my birthday, April 16th, I'll be 225. Lovely, vicious, black Adonis, big man, you know what I'm saying? Big yardie. You understand? Just like that. You know, I am a leader. I do go forward. They had 2 years to get their body right while I've been healing and hurting. You know what I'm saying? Daddy's home. Know and understand that. Know and understand that the fatherless home was designed. Know and understand that when you take a man away from the family and you break it down, there's no milestone for them to look at. Then they say, hey, look over there. That's Williamstat. And then Williamstat said, come on, we're gonna feed you. And they give you the comforts that they already took from us. It's amazing how you can rob a culture and then sell it back to them. You robbed us of our air, but you want to sell it back to us. You robbed us of our rights and told us we should be grateful that you gave them back to us. You raped our women and then said the mixed kids were just a product. They came out of thin air. The insult to intelligence, the robbery of culture, you know? Understand, understand, understand. And hell yeah, this is a serious subject because I've been through it. Because I've been through it. Ain't no damn group homes or no, there's a lot of teachers that love us. Except for why is there always a goddamn surrogate? And it's not because some black men don't want to be there. A lot of them fools didn't. You understand? Except for it was designed. And like I said, what about the fathers who did work the jobs, who did go home every night, who did sleep with their wives, who did make kids, except for he, you know what I mean? Except for He took care of the house, but he lost the family because of the money that he was making, you know? And if anyone is just now tuning in, I would like to say welcome to 1438 North Ninth, the podcast. And I am your voice of choice, Michael Coates. They call me Conversation, baby. You know what I mean? Send your man some stars. If you have not subscribed, subscribe. You know what I'm saying? I'm less than 170 from getting that check. You know what I'm saying? Write the check. You know what I mean? You know, put it up on there. I'm commanding the universe. I'm calling greatness into me. You know what I mean? I'm claiming 100K in less than a year. I'm claiming this platform lift up and help me build a diabetes educational center in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and get into autism and other things like that, and pull the people that I know and start using the relationships that I have, you know what I mean, to be beneficial to this platform that I'm moving. I'm proud of what I'm doing. You know what I mean? I'm pulling out my closet, getting skeletons out and getting everything. And it's therapeutic, but it's also vulnerable. And that's not a word that I use. I used to be vulnerable when I was scared and I didn't think that I had the courage. But oh the little bull did learn. The little bull did learn. You know? I had to sit back on this one, you know. Let me get a little comfortable. The bull did learn. Oh yeah, we get down. We got a little 25 to go. The bull did learn. Let me get comfortable, you know? And like I said, it wasn't by design that we don't want to be there. I got a ton of friends. Of my friends putting their kids through college. My friends have businesses. My friends have created energies and entities that I'm so proud of. And I got to get the message out to all the country as that we got to connect on some form, some level, because we have a lot of power. I come from a legion of people. Hillside Projects, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Don't know nobody from the Taylors here. I can only claim from when I grew up with Lamp Park, you know what I'm saying? And Mayflower Court. Of all the people that I know and all the successful people that I know, I'm definitely gonna reach out and say, what type of umbrella can we create where it generates enough revenue where we will get our spoils, but also stay in touch and in a way that we can pass it back as a nonprofit. Those are some of the things I think about. You know what I mean? And it has so much power. A lot of the fatherless homes, a lot of the products, we don't leave our kids. We didn't leave our kids. We stayed in there and we took care of a multitude of step kids. Hey, that I still love to this day. After Gen X, we said, no, this gotta stop. We said, no, we're gonna take the responsibility. I said, no, I'm gonna take the responsibility. And we did, you know? The narrative that you see on the news is only a narrative for people. I remember when things used to be a lot more real and of substance, and you can taste it and touch it and feel it. A lot of people now are just frauds. They're fraudulent in spirit. They're fraudulent in what they do, and they just follow what it means to follow. And those are the sheeple that's going to their death. You know, and I'm gonna just put it like that. You know, let it sizzle in your soul, baby, like little. You know what I'm saying, country Wayne. Let it sizzle in your soul, cause the spirit is good. The spirit is good. I started a little late today. Had some technical difficulties. It is what it is, and what it ain't, it should never be. You know. And like I said, fatherless homes and the effect on black men and the culture. Gen X. Like I said, we weren't having it. So we took care of our babies, another person's babies who might not been there, who get killed or who get incarcerated. We are there. This new generation, I pray for them. You know, no matter what, we there. They still want to do what they do, but the ones that follow their own path and become successful in this new age, this is a whole new age. I'm sitting back and I'm like, wow. I thought it would escalate, but it denigrated. And I would like to see where this generation is going. You know, so as a Gen X who take the responsibility of making sure that this culture goes forward, as a Gen X, the product of Gen X that says I am a leader, that I do stand up, that I, Michael Coates, will be a prominent figure in this black culture. And if you don't know, you will know. And I'm gonna put it up to show my body and my life and my spirit is on the line. Black lives matter every motherfucking day. And God bless the culture. Fatherless homes and the effect and effect on black men. That's why we are the way we are today. So, like I'm saying, tomorrow will be an interlude, and I will talk about the next episodes that we go into. This is the conclusion of Fatherless Homes and the effect on black men and the effect on black men. You know, and we only cheering because we got other episodes to do, baby. And shift you in nature. So I want to thank y'all for the time, effort, and opportunity that y'all let me come up into your house, homes, and minds. And if you're on Facebook, send a man some stars. You know what I'm saying? Send me $5 for a holler or $10 for a quarter. You know what I'm saying? And that's good by order. And if you're not, subscribe, baby. Booyah. And if you're on YouTube, definitely become a subscribing member every Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. through 7. You know what I mean? You will be culturally and inaugurally invited to be in the presence of the one and only Michael Coates, better known as Conversation. And I would like to say, boo, yeah, I will see you tomorrow. And if you're on Instagram, boom, become a damn subscriber.